Here we go. Booster shots and Delta variants were the main topics on discussion on Capitol Hill today, where Dr. Anthony Fauci and the CDC Director Rochelle Walensky testified before the Senate on the state of the pandemic we're all living through. Also on the docket, another verbal brawl between Fauci and Senator Rand Paul. Obviously, these two have a lot to talk about.
Dr. Fauci, knowing that it is a crime to lie to Congress, do you wish to retract your statement of May 11th where you claimed that the NIH never funded gain-of-function research in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, I have never lied before the Congress, and I do not retract that statement. Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly, and I want to say that officially. You do not know what you are talking about.
That gain-of-function research was going on in that lab, and NIH funded it.
That is
you can't
not.
Get away from it. It meets your definition, and you are obfuscating the truth.
I'm not obfuscating the truth.
Senator,
you are implying that what we did was responsible for the deaths of individual. I totally resent that. And if anybody is lying here, Senator, it is you.
And unfortunately, time was up. But now it's time for us to get Senator Rand Paul's take on this. Senator, from my humble point of view, watching this a few times, you tried to say what was going on in that lab from a paper you were reading, and it's defined as gain-of-function research. He wanted to focus on, in particular, a certain experiment. You're trying to say that he was not accurate May 11th when he said there was none of that financed by the NIH, correct?
Well, gain-of-function research is defined by the NIH. We read the definition to him. It's when you take an animal virus and you make it more transmissible or more dangerous or more likely to cause a disease in humans. So we presented a paper from the Wuhan Institute by a Dr. Shi, where she took viruses, combined two viruses that were not infectious in humans and made them infectious in humans. We quoted a scientist from Rutgers University with 30-year history in cellular biology who said that it was the epitome of gain-of-function research, and all Dr. Fauci could do was sputter, call me a liar, but he never, at any point in time, did he address any of the facts that we laid out, that the money he was giving to Wuhan was indeed for gain-of-function.
So the significance of this is American money used to finance experiments that we didn't want done in the Wuhan lab. We're seeing more and more people are agreeing with the original assessment and Tom Cotton's original assessment that that's where this whole pandemic started from. That's pretty significant if it's American dollars being used, and Dr. Fauci knew about it and is trying to get away from responsibility from it.
Yeah, he has a significant conflict of interest, since he was indeed at the top of the food chain and that he did approve funding to the NIH to the Wuhan lab. That's not even contested. He knows that he approved the funding. All he's saying is, oh, well, the research now doesn't meet our definition. But when you read the NIH definition of gain of function and you talk to other scientists, they're saying it's the epitome of gain of function. So yes, he is dancing around the truth. Why? Because if this disease came from the lab and they were funding gain of function, guess what? There's at the very least, moral culpability he has for the beginning of the pandemic. But if you go back to Fauci's statements in 2012, he said that the research was worth it even if a pandemic should occur. Even if a leak from a lab should occur, the research was worth it. That, to me, shows incredibly bad judgment.
Senator Rand Paul, how was your exchange covered today?
You know, when you look at the so-called objective sources of news, they played only one side. They didn't look at all. But this is sort of the problem we have. Fauci controls all the funding, and the media is all on his side. And so nobody questioned what I had said. They just broadcast that Fauci called me a liar. So name-calling became the issue of the day for the left-wing media.
So a lot of doctors are frustrated that Dr. Fauci is the face of this. Never turned down an interview, from Steph Curry's podcast to MSNBC's 3 a.m. show. Senator Marty Makary has been frustrated with the way this whole thing's been categorized and was doing a study right now on Johns Hopkins on how the money's been used at the NIH, $80 billion plus. Listen to what he told me on the radio today.
The reality is I'd love to see the data. He should be ashamed of himself, by the way. The NIH last year spent $41 billion on research grants. 0.4% of that went to COVID. If he is so convinced that masks are needed in kids 2.5 years old, why didn't he fund the study?
So he's got 80 billion. He gives out 40. He keeps 41 and puts 0.4% into COVID-19 results and studies. How do you get away with that?
Well, he's been there for 40 years, probably 39 years too long, but he controls all the funding. So people are deathly afraid of him. Researchers will not speak out. Why have there not been other scientists? I get letters from scientists all the time. You can find them. They're very distrustful of what he's saying. They don't think he's making sense. They don't think he's reading the science accurately, but they're afraid to speak out because many of them are university science and they depend on NIH funds, and to cross him means it's the last money you'll ever get.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.